G'day and welcome back to Out and About. I'm Dave, and I think before we go and actually hit the road or get out and about, I think what we're better off doing is talking a little bit about one of those most essential things on any camping or driving journey, and that is coffee. I've only ever been drinking since coffee for the last 12 months or so, but I've come to appreciate that one of the things you need to address on the road is how to get yourself a fix. So what you can do obviously is when you get up in the morning is go for your drive back into town or nearby, and if you're lucky, and grab that cup of coffee and bring it all the way back, hoping not to spill any, and also facing the wrath of anybody you haven't brought a coffee back for. The other option is make your own. So what I've learnt on the road is there's probably two ways that I'd like to do it. The first one is a little pump action thing that I've got, and the second is an espresso coffee maker. So we'll go through those both now. And firstly, you'll need your beans. So what I suggest you do is try and avoid the supermarket ones, as a good friend of mine recommended. But go into one of the shops that you do, the coffee shops that you go to, and buy some beans that they've got. So they come in the bean form, quite rudimentary. You've probably all seen a bean, but that's what they look like there, a little bean. So with those beans you then need to grind them. And my apologies to anybody who does drink coffee, a bit of an aficionado or a snob, and they know all about their stuff. I'm only new to it, but I do know the importance of it to people who like their coffee. So to grind the coffee, you need to put it into one of these little grinders, and this is just a simple Barista brand one. You put your beans into there, you put your handle on top, give it quite a few turns, and your coffee grinds end up in there, in the container. With that then, it's a relatively simple matter of how you want to actually run your hot water through those beans and create your espresso. So the first one I've got here is a nano presso. This is a nano one. There is a mini one available as well. This is the nano one. And with your coffees, the grind that you've got, it's a relatively simple thing of filling that up. You can press the beans there, you can press the grind down using a little tamper that they give you, and you push your beans down in that. Lid goes into the lid. The lid then goes into the top of the unit. Fumbles. And then with your hot water, your boiling water, you can either do it on a stove or carry it around in the thermos with yourself. And it goes into that, and it goes into the bottom, and it depends on that. Then release the handle, and after after 5 or 20 odd pumps of that, it pressures out the coffee through that hole there into your cup. And you squirt it into that. Then it's a simple matter of adding your milk and heating it up, or whatever you're doing, heating your milk up and then adding it, but that's your coffee. The other one is an espresso pot like this. And what you do, pulls apart. You put the water in there, cold water's fine, fill it up to about the release valve there with your coffee. The coffee that you ground goes into there, and then there's a filter on that screws on. As the water in here heats up on your stove top that you've got, as the water heats up, it actually forces water up through there, through the coffee, and then it bubbles up through the top of that, and then you end up with your coffee in there. I prefer this one a little bit. I'll say that one's a little bit fiddly, but this one here is nice, clean, simple. Put it on the stove top, bubbles away, done. And then you pour it into your coffee, and into your coffee cup, again, milk on top, and you're sweet to go. So, again, I've only been drinking coffee for a year, so I'm sure there's some people out there that'll say that I've done something wrong. If it's a point of fact, please let me know. If it's a point of opinion, then probably that's your opinion and mine's mine. So enjoy, but there is a way to have coffee out and about on the road and have a great time. So have a fiddle and get to enjoy it. My only other point that I'd make is that some of these things may take a little while to make, but that to me is part of being out and about and taking your time to enjoy, smell the roses, make one of these things. If you stopped on the side of the road for a rest stop with your car, maybe stopping for 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes for a break isn't all that bad. So have a great time and catch you later. See you. Bye.